Hello and welcome to my second Blue-Green Enchantress video. Compared to the version I played this morning, I only made one change. I cut the 60 first card, I added one land to the original deck list, and then I took out the Candelabra because sometimes it just does nothing. It's probably one of the most powerful cards in the hand, in the deck, but also one of the it can really backfire. So we're gonna keep this because of back to basics is good. Yeah, Elephant Grass could be good against some decks. I had the mulligan the first one because it had no land, but then Crystal Vein could be a Blood Moon deck. But I think I still, I need to be able to fetch a blue source here. Sometimes Eldrazi plays Crystal Vein and they could play Wasteland, so I don't want to fetch a Tropical into Wild Growth. So I have Blood Mooners, we can't back to basics, but that's fine. Anyway, this hand is not amazing. Ooh, this is something strange. Fetch lands in a Blood Moon deck? Oh, or is it the Mono-Red Storm thing? Okay. Yeah, Elephant Grass into a later Doomwake Giant could be good if they're on the Goblins plan. But yeah, at least they have the information, so they know. A Goblin War Strike still kills us, but yeah, this should be able to hold them off. We can pay up to 4 mana until we drew the 5th mana for Doomwake. So they need to find an alternative win con. It's the first time I see them playing Crystal Vein and Manorphose though. No, I mean Crystal Vein and Fetchland. I'm not sure if this deck really wants the deck thinning. Something interesting. Yeah, they don't have any non-basic lands, so I think I'm just gonna fetch and play Words of Wind here. If they don't combo me off this turn. Of Impulse, revealing Scenic Song, Empty Warrens, Desperate Ritual. Oh, yeah, they can go for the Empty Warrens here. In which case, obviously, I want Elephant Grass. They can actually cast Simia Spirit Guide first to have more goblins and another 2/2 creature. That would be funny. Oh no, it's actually in the exile zone from being exiled, not from the act on impulse. Never mind. I could Burning Wish, go to 8, then empty the Warrens 9, make 18 tokens, and then Goblin War Strike, deal 18 damage and try to attack us 2 times by paying 2 mana for Elephant Grass. Yeah, we could be dead if he has Burning Wish in hand. Act on Impulse. Sure. Yeah, I think he's still digging for a Burning Wish, which is good for us. Yeah, this deck seems to be really popular lately. We got some more Elephant Grasses, which is good. But he got rid of our Doomwake Giant, which is less good. Ooh, Bedlam Reveler, that's interesting and janky. He did not go for it there. That's definitely interesting. Oh, I should have... crap. Oh yeah, I can maybe still do it with Candelabra, I'm not sure. Yeah, I can untap 2 lands. I think I can still untap 2 lands and still Oblivion Ring his Medallion. I think he should just have made the tokens and then try to get a Burning Wish at some later point. At least that didn't seem unreasonable. But we're only a bit screwed on mana colors, like we don't have a black source or a blue source. And if he gets to reforge the soul again, it really sucks having to discard our last Doomwake Giant. So that's... And oh yeah, then we only have one Elfin Grass left as well. Yeah, maybe that's smart of him there to go for the reforge the soul and get rid of our answers for the tokens. Yeah. We'll really be left behind a lot if this gets reforged. Like Past in Flames, for example. Yeah, Past in Flames, we probably lose to that, unless if he doesn't know. Yeah, but he's gonna probe us for sure. Like if he wouldn't probe us and not know that we have these cards, like it could be possible that he does not go for it there. Like he does not go for the Reforge the Soul. Seeding Song, sure. Yeah, normally I consider this matchup winnable, but yeah, this makes it really rough. Yeah, like I'm not gonna talk through his turn. Like if you want to follow what's going on there, you can probably see the chat replay if you want to figure out how this deck works. Like if I would have had a black mana, I would definitely have played out Doomwake Giant the previous turn, because then any, like if he reforges the soul, then any kind of enchantment we draw can still get this to trigger. He's really trying to go for, oh, maybe he's going for a Grape Shot. Yeah, maybe that's also smart, going for an instant kill. Sure. I think I do want a Leyline here. Let's see, that's lethal, right? Sure. Yeah, I could even still Past in Flames and Grape Shot again. I do want Leylines. Probably want Engineered Plague and Rex Sage. There are a lot of well, how many of these are instants? And why can't I... yeah, I think some of them are instants. I am not sure I want these. Probably want Tig. Maybe Rest in Peace. Like these just stop his artifacts, so I'm not so sure how many of these. I think I do want Emrakul to shuffle back my deck in case I discard all my stuff. Like Words of Wind is not great because he only needs like 1 or 2 lands to go off. Elfin Grass is good. These are good. I think he plays a lot of sorceries. Like only like Seeding Song and stuff are instants. Galactic shuts off a lot of cards. Rest in Peace. Yeah, I think I want both of them. I think Aura of Silence is better than Banishing Light or Oblivion Ring. Like it does the same. But it also taxes him on the turn he's going off if he wants to play Petals. Then, damn, I really need to cut some cards. Like I don't want to cut Candelabras because I need to be fast. Maybe Doomwake Giant is a bit slow now. I don't think I can afford to cut it. Maybe Rex Sage. Maybe I want... Like killing the artifact is not good enough, so I can cut the Rex Sage. Uh, Maybe this is not about drawing so much, so I can see cutting enchantment effect. Uh, this is really hard. Yeah, I guess one rest in peace. Like Past in Flames is not their main win con. They don't really think they can win through a rest in peace. So I think burning in one could be good enough. And this hand is borderline keepable. It has a turn 2 Enchantress for sure, but it would really like to draw one more land. Oh yeah, actually it doesn't have leyline or protection, so we would even need to draw like a white source for Galactic or something to put on Abundant Growth. I could even see playing Abundant Growth for the extra draw trigger and to make sure we have white mana next turn. Yeah, I think we can afford to play it this way. And this rewards us better for top decking a land, because then we'll have more mana. Ooh, turn 1. That's crazy. I did mulligan to 5, okay. Opponent fizzles. Now I hope to draw. No, did not. Yeah, I was trying to draw like a another land for our Galactic. Did not work. So this gets us. I think I played Teague first. Like I just don't want to die. And then next turn we can concern ourselves with our own game plan. This is good. Let's see, 3-4 mana. I cannot actually draw off my Argothian or anything. Like these decks usually play Abrade, but I think they probably don't board it in against Enchantress. So like if we make it to game 3, Galactic is a lot more vulnerable, because they probably board in some removal spells. I think for now it should be safe, unless they should like Burning Wish for Grape Shots to kill it, but that wastes then a lot of cards. So I just need to reposition my computer. And I'm not fetching yet here, but if he would like somehow kill Galactic and go for Reforge the Soul, I want to start by fetching, because actually no, we can't mill our. I was afraid that like we would be able to mill like one of our duels, but that's only happens if he like Wheel of Fortunes us twice. And next turn, if I can, I definitely play out Doomwake Giant. Because yeah, I don't want to get it discarded like Wheel of Fortune and Reforge the Soul. And it also gives us a much better clock. Let's see, but this only makes 2, 3, 4 mana. So either I play Engineered Plague preventively against goblin tokens, then he knows not to go for goblins. Or I play Word of Wind and then try to like bounce his land every turn with an Abundant Growth. Serra's Sanctum would be amazing now, because then we can play Enchantress Presence and we still have enough mana to pay for Words of Wind to bounce like an to bounce something. But yeah, before this resolves, our opponent needs to read the card. I think I just want to draw here. Like I want to dig through my deck. Like the Elfin Grass isn't going to do a lot, but I don't see a lot of reasons not to play it. So I want to set an upkeep stop to bounce our Abundant Growth. Unless if it would mean we can't cast Doomwake Giant, because adding a 4/6 to the board will make our clock a lot better. Rite of Flame, sure. Sealing Zone, sure. So yeah, so this is an instant. Manamorphose is an instant. Just counting instants for In the Eye of Chaos to see if it's worth bringing in. Yeah, I could Burning Wish into Grapeshot, kill Galactique into like continue comboing us. That's yeah, Burning Wish and Grapeshot are Pyroclasm. Ooh, that's actually good. Okay. Sure. This feels kind of lackluster against... Oh, he can't even renown it because of Elfin Grass. That's funny. I think I want to fetch blue here. Just then... Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I could see bouncing all his stuff. See, like he only has... Is there any reason to play Elfin Grass then? Yeah, I think I can still pay for Elfin Grass. Yeah, like this. So I return an Abundant Growth. Maybe this is just stalling because they don't need a lot of mana to do stuff. But it's still funny, I think. And this deck is all about fun. And in response, I think that I want to bounce his land. Okay. Bounce this Abundant Growth. Then I can play it again and draw my actual card for the turn. So basically all I did this turn was spend all my mana to bounce his 2 permanents and draw my own card for the turn, like after doing some other stuff. Ooh, Candelabra will be hot. He's not playing his land. Okay. Like I have everything against goblins, so I think I'm not paying for elephant grass. I think I'm not bouncing my abundant growth because there is no... Ooh, this is hot. Okay, very hot. I think I can play it out already. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I guess I just start by playing Enchantress Presence to make more mana with Serra Sanctum. Let's see, then see, I can't play any more enchantments before tapping Serra's, needing to tap Serra's Sanctum. So I guess I can make at least one. Can at least make one more before I tap it again. So I need to untap these two for sure because they make additional mana. I may want to untap this one as well because I would need the second black for Engineered Plague. So I need to untap this one, and I probably want to untap a, I don't know, like this makes any color of mana. I use the white because I will have plenty of white there. And let's see, I start with Engineered Plague because it adds one more mana with Serra Sanctum. Ooh, actually I could have tapped this. Yeah. Let's see, Goblin. Could have tapped a land with Wildsprout on it, then bounce it with Words of Wind and put it onto like Serra Sanctum or something. Yeah, many of these playlines are very advanced for me. Like I don't know exactly how to deal with them. So to play Doomwake Giant, actually, I want to untap the Wild Growth land, do I? No. So I play first Enchantress Presence. Ooh, I think Leyline of Sanctity is a lot safer here. I guess I can bounce like something like a Wild Growth. Okay, that's not necessary. Yeah, they didn't have a lot of instants, so I'm not gonna bring in this. Maybe I need more things against the Scab Clan Berserker plan. Like only Doomwake Giant isn't enough. If they go for it turn 1, like everything we play will deal 2 damage to us. So I may want like just at least one more effect to stop that. And this dies to Pyroclasm, but I don't think that's the reason to cut it. Elephant Grass is good, but not amazing. I think I still keep it. I think I can cut a Zenith as well, because Gadok Teague is good, but not amazing. Like they have outs, they have plenty of outs to him, so I don't want to rely on it too much. Like Leyline is good. These are okay. I think I can't afford to mulligan this. Like we don't have any draw effects, but at least we can protect ourselves a little bit against these shenanigans. And also Leyline makes our Serra Sanctum better, so Oh, he's going for it. Okay. An impulse, exiles. The Burning Wish could be annoying. Like, gives him a lot of options. And this getting renowned is also quite nasty. Yeah, by playing Elfin Grass now, we take 2 damage to prevent like 3 next turn. I think that's not worth having to tap our forest next turn. I just prefer getting enough mana to cast Oblivion Ring on this at some point. Now we can hide these. So let's see, Serra Sanctum, we have 2 mana, Utopia Sprawl on black. Then we only have 2 mana left again. So we need to take another hit from this. Let's see, this is 2 damage. Yeah, so he attacks, we take 3, then we take 2, we take at least 5 more before being able to Oblivion Ring it. We even have 4 mana now. Like, I could even just play Doomwake Giant and block this forever. But that seems me, I'm not sure if that's where I want to be. Isn't it though? Let's see, this makes 2 more mana, then I have 6. No, I'm not able to kill it with Doomwake. I could just use it as a blocker. I think that's not worth it. I can still Doomwake next turn if he's but yeah, if he Wheel of Fortunes us here, if he has any Reforge the Soul effect here, then we lose like 4 of our best cards against his Goblin Kill. That's kind of tricky. But if he has another Scapclan Berserker, we can... Actually, no, we take 3 damage, and then we could actually cast the Doomwake Giant there. And then still play 2 more cards to get the triggers to kill a 3/3. So I think his only kill now is probably Empty Dwarns after... Like, he can't Grapeshot this anymore, he can't Scapclan Berserker anymore through this giant wall. Ooh. But... Oh, maybe his fetchlands mean he has a Taiga to be able to get a like Burning Wish for a Reverent Silence. That could be the case. Maybe I think I want to be played safe and play Elephant Grass here, so we won't get surprised by a haste, Scapclan Berserker or something. Like, we have enough mana to pay for this stuff. Like, I don't want to die to some random shit. Like, we could also put this on goblins just to be sure. Like, there is no real benefit in waiting here, I think. Actually, this also dies to Reverent Silence. Maybe I don't want to overextend into a Reverent Silence. So I think I keep all of these in my hand for now. Then I need to hope. I need to survive for 5 more turns, which is kind of tricky against the combo deck. opponent. There's nothing you want to be doing here. Do I care about having more mana here? Well, I definitely want to attack. No, I mean, I think if I am committed to playing around Reverend Silence, I don't play out Utopia Sprawl. Because it will give us a black mana if this Utopia Sprawl gets Reverend Silenced. But opponent does not have it. And we win our first match with this deck. I mean, at least for me, at least on camera. Like I've won matches in the practice room, but not in the league. And time for a second round against Rex Samurai. Yeah, a lot of players that I've never seen before in Legacy, so it's still a growing format. Let's see, we have a turn 2 Enchantress effect, unless my opponent has Daze, so that's... you can't ask for more. Delver is good. I want to fetch around Daze here, I mean around Stifle. Like if this Delver does not flip, and he does not play something like Pyromancer or something. Let's see, I think I still want more green here at this point. Wait, like if this does not flip and he does not add another creature, I may play around Daze here, because I can afford. Because I can afford to. But he reveals a Brainstorm and flips. But yeah, actually I will still be at 16 life. Yeah, I think maybe playing out some of the sprawls first. There could be some value with that. Of course, if I draw a Candelabra, it will be even better. Ooh. I think because, oh, his mana screwed. So I'm gonna put this on white and just like test the waters with his Banishing Light. If it resolves, my opponent is really far behind. And otherwise it's a good way to take the Daze or Force of Will out of his hand. Azami, Lady of Scrolls. Tap a wizard, draw a card. This is a wizard, okay. Not the worst, I guess. Okay, I can play around Spell Pierce by playing out land first. So I'm gonna be doing that. Not a lot of decks play Spell Pierce these days, but some Delver decks do. So opponent is thinking if he wants to do something with this. Fortunately does not. And I think the Elephant Grass is more important than the Abundant Growth, even though this draws 2 cards. So I prefer playing the Growth into the Daze than playing the Elephant Grass into the Daze. Looks like he's taking a long time to make decisions, so that means he must have some kind of a response. So I'm putting him on having brainstormed into a daze, probably. Or maybe he has a stifle and he's wondering which of the draw triggers he wants to stifle. I don't know. Or maybe he just needs a lot of time to read the cards because he's never seen them before. Maybe he doesn't play Legacy so often that he knows all these staple cards already. Or maybe he just lost connection to the game, as we see here. Yeah, this is one of the worst parts of the game, that sitting and waiting for an opponent to reconnect. If they don't come back, I think, yeah, we're sitting here for 10 minutes. Okay, but they're back. So just only 3 minutes, that's reasonable. We can still lose this game due to bad luck or something, but in general, like, we're definitely in a favored position. Like, my opponent has 2 lands and a Delver, but we're still at 13 life, and he needs to tap all his mana every turn to attack. Well, we just can start drawing more cards, and only if we brick for, let's see, it needs to attack for, if we fetch, or if he plays bolts, then it can attack for 4 times, so we need to deal with this in 4 turns. Like, this could have been a reason to play my Enchantress first, to have it countered, and then being able to Banishing Light his only threat. But yeah, I still think like getting a draw engine online was more important. So I'm basically trading my Argothian for 3 life because he's not attacking. So it's kind of a time walk, right? I mean, not a time walk, like nobody's doing anything for a turn. Pay, yes. So Argothian into, I think I sprawl this land first, because if I play Enchantress Blizzard, I can't do anything else this turn. Okay, opponent does not want to play anymore. This deck is already quite okay against Delver decks, so I'm not gonna board anything. And also we haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. Like, main deck Diabolic Edict is kind of unusual, but we haven't seen anything like him to Turak, so I think I don't want to bring in the Leyline of Sanctities. Like, any of these cards seem good against Delver. Rex Samurai. Turn 2 back to basics, or turn 2 Argothian, through a days with Elfin Grass, or like basically anything. If this resolves and we don't get stifled, this resolves, then yeah, we have all the options. Or of course also if we don't get himmed. This does look like holding open stifle though. Do I want to play into it? Like, if I fetch here, he stifles me and he sets me behind the turn. But if I don't fetch, he also sets me behind the turn. So I think I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe he just wants to end of turn brainstorm or something lame. Lame as in not really good move. Or, oh yeah, maybe he's holding open Spell Pierce or Daze. Brainstorm into trying to find a Daze, maybe. Yeah, that's, I don't really care if he dazes this. Like, of course I want to have the mana to be able to have 3 mana next turn. But I won't cry if it gets dazed and then Argothian resolves. We haven't seen any color except for blue and black, so maybe it's like a 2-color deck. Like Dimir Dead Shadow or something. Oh, a Snapcaster Mage. Yeah. Okay. Confidence. Okay. Like, either I want to Oblivion Ring this, or I want to back to basics him. Ooh. Okay, I think this means I want to Enchantress Presence into Elfin Grass him. He can have one more card if it means we get to draw more cards. Spells to the sprites. What the hell is going on? Okay, it's a strange deck, to say the least. Revealing Snapcaster, and Snapcaster can only get Brainstorm at this point. Into Turak. Oh, that's rough. Please let me keep these two. Okay. One of them is still acceptable, so I'm gonna fetch a white source. Savannah. If we place hymns, I could see playing out Sarah Sanctum. But yeah, at least this ensures us to be able to get, like, this ensures us that we can fetch a Bayou if we draw like a Doomeg Giant or something. Yeah, the hymn taking our back to basics was kind of annoying. Oh, Thoughtseize. Yes, please. Yeah, like it would probably have been game over if we could follow this up with back to basics. We could still Snapcaster Thoughtseize, but I think it's not a great move. I think Snapcaster Brainstorm would be better. Because anything except Elephant Grass we would have played this turn. Like anything but Elephant Grass or a land. Because yeah, we already played a land. So it's very likely to have another land here. So he shouldn't be Thoughtseizing us. Now we're behind. Now we're kind of behind because our opponent has 3 cards in hand when this resolves and a creature. Oh yeah, we have to remember. No, it's a Snapcaster. Spellstutter Sprite is exiled, right? Yes. Ooh, this is very good. If it does not get countered. He already used 2 Force of Wills. And he has a 3rd one in hand. Damn. That's kind of lucky. Yeah, like he's only seen like 1/4 of his deck and he's seen 3/4 of his forces. Patron Wizards step. Oh, it's like, is it like Wizards Tribal? That's interesting, I guess. Sure, I don't care. Paying more. Oh, my opponent's empty-handed. That's good to know. I'm still not playing the Elephant Grass, I think. Like, he could have him Turek or Thoughtseize, but I want to keep this for... otherwise, if I draw like an Enchantress, I don't get any draw triggers, and that sucks. And then, like, he might kill it with Diabolic Edict before I ever get any value out of it. Okay, I don't change the clock by fetching my Bayou here. So I think I'm just gonna thin my deck a bit. Actually, it really sucks if he has a Jace here. Like, I should have been more careful. Then he can... yeah, then he could have Fate Sealed me. Let's see, if I play Elephant Grass here, that means if he draws a Force of Will, he can't hardcast it, because he has to pay mana to attack. I think I can wait one turn with it. But, or he can't even cast Counterspell if he attacks with both creatures. That's something to consider. I may want Engineered Plague though, because Spellstutter Sprite is a wizard. Let's see. Dark Confident is a wizard. Yeah, probably Engineered Plague on wizard is really good against this deck. Although, nah, I think I'm not playing it, because otherwise next turn is my last chance of drawing UG Enchantress, and then I need to get this trigger online. Okay. How big is the chance of him having like a fourth Force of Will? He's not doing anything with his mana, and that's, I don't know, I guess sort of worrisome. Okay. That's good. We still die to basically him just attacking and only having one blocker. So we need to hit like... Is he gonna stifle this? No. Spellstutter Sprite. Diabolic Edict. Okay, I think we can't draw... Actually, Doomwake Giant would work here. I think Doomwake Giant is like the only thing we can draw. Okay, GG. So this means definitely want Engineered Plague. Do I want Ground Seal against Snapcaster? Or do I want something like In the Eye of Chaos against like all these edicts and counters, or Leyline of Sanctity against these edicts and... Oh yeah, actually he does play him to Turek, right? Yeah. May want this. Vanishing Light or Oblivion Ring don't do a whole lot that Doomwake or Engineered Plague don't do. Elephant Grass, like he's not so aggro, so I can see cutting one. And it does run some basics, so I guess I can cut a back to basics. Yeah, I'll try it like this. All it needs is a second land, and we get two potential redraws, but it could be too slow. I think I want to mulligan this for the first one, and then hope to find more mana here. This means we can't shuffle because we need the Sprawl to be able to get mana over Serra's Sanctum. So this is a slow hand. So next turn we can sprawl the basic forests, and then play Candelabra and pass the turn without like anything going on, because it's gonna take Zenith, and then we'll only have like useless cards left. Does he have a surgical? No, okay. If he would have surgical here and like shuffle away our Utopia Sprawl, we'd be screwed. Because of Words of Wind, I think I just put this on blue here. Please don't force this or daze this. Actually, he does play daze, right? Yeah. Daze would be rough. Like it would leave us without anything going on. Whoa. It's really aggressive. And probably correct. So, should have kept the first hand. Or mulligan more, like either of these. Confident, sure. Argothian does nothing. Let's see, is there any reason to play out Elephant Grass? Like I can Elephant Grass and Candelabra, or I can just Candelabra. Elephant Grass I need to pay, but this will still make mana next turn. No, I think I just play Candelabra here. At least my opponent is down to 2 cards. Like, did they mulligan? Yeah, they also mulligan to 6. They got the draw engine going on first, so that's in our disadvantage. Ah, come on. Getting wrecked. And yeah, the mana is really becoming a problem here. But our life is not it's not in trouble. And at least by not playing out Elfin Grass, we're less vulnerable to him to Torak this turn. But we're still dead to a daze, probably. We would need like Wild Growth, this, and then yeah, I think Wild Growth would let us cast Argothian through a daze. Not Utopia Sprawl yet. Because then we Wild Grow this taps for 2 mana, we untap both lands and I guess I might as well just play it out here. It doesn't cost any mana because it makes 1 more with Serra Sanctum. Okay, this is getting... I don't think I have any outs here. Yeah, Mana Screw is really the bane of this deck, somehow. See if this flips. No, I don't think I can actually draw anything here to save me. So I'm dead. See, draw cards, Wild Growth. I would have been able to play Enchantress, but I would still have died to his attacks. Like I needed this maybe 4 turns ago. Yeah, Candelabra is really good for the really broken turns. But sometimes it just sits there, does nothing. Well, if it had been an enchantment, it would have been better. So I might look into cutting I might look into cutting another one and going down to 2 only. Pleknith. Oh yeah, this is a keep. Like again, it has a turn 2 Argothian, through a daze. And if it resolves, we have another spell to cash in, draw trigger immediately. Ooh, if this is elves, then yeah, we're in a really bad spot. And that's probably one of our, at least with traditional Enchantress, it's definitely one of the worst matchups. I mean, Storm is as well, but Reclamation Sage with Wirewood Symbiote is just impossible to beat. They could still be Aluran with who randomly had a basic forest in their opening hand, but that's not very likely. Oh, I give my opponent mana. That's really stupid. I should just have played the forest. I was clearly not thinking. So, Candelabra does not add any mana, but it's mana neutral, so it will make our next turn better. So I untap this land again. Into a sprawl. I guess I can name black, because I want to have some Doomwake action. Yeah, it was a giant mistake there, fetching. Like, deck thinning isn't always the correct option. Like, not feeding your opponent's Deathrite is definitely better. So now I want Elephant Grass or Doomwake Giant. Preferably Doomwake Giant. And let's see, in the sideboard I have Geroctig against their Zeniths and Natural Order. I have Engineered Plague, of course. I think I also want Humility in this matchup. Like, in traditional Enchantress I always wanted Humility, because it's the only way to stop Reclamation Sage and Wirewood Symbiote. They're just attacking. Yeah, I definitely should not be fetching at all anymore. Like, they clearly need, like, just should be giving them more action. Yeah, like this kind of beatdown plan I can win, but okay. No, there is nothing white that I want to play. Maybe I want to float two. Maybe I want to have 2 green left though. Yeah, I think I played like this. This leaves me one. Like, if I draw a wild growth, I have exactly a green floating to enchant the land that's still untapped. See, I already played land. Yes, I did. We just need to survive this turn. If we survive the coming turn, we probably win the game. Like, oh yeah, we definitely win the game if we survive. But with elves that's not guaranteed. So let's see, wild growth, something. I need to discard, and I don't want to give them any land. I mean, they do already have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, I think I don't need any more draw effects. And I guess this is still better than giving them the option of like hardcasting Crater Hoof Behemoth. Yeah, it seems like they already have land themselves. Please give me one turn. No, this looks like natural order. 4 mana. I'm not sure if I would have survived. Oh, 7 mana. 8 mana with Deathrite. Yeah, if I had not given him one more creature turn 1. No, actually he could have played it last turn instead. 8, 9. Oh, Crater Hoof and attack for a whole bunch. Well, actually this guy untaps, yeah. Then I'm definitely dead. GG. Very close game. We actually stood a chance. Humidity good. Teak good. Engineer play good. What else did I want here? I think those were all. Yeah, Oblivion doesn't do a whole lot. I guess one for oneing them is not what I want to be doing. And I guess they have so many permanent, so many cheap creatures that words of wind. Like with a heritage druid, they can just replay their whole hand the next turn anyway. Like bouncing their stuff is not so efficient. So I think this is what I want to be doing. Actually, back to basics is not great either, right? Ground Seal to stop Deathrite. Could be... I know, at least it replaces itself. And what else? I mean, they could be running Thoughtseize or Cable Therapy. So there could be some use to playing Leyline of Sanctity, but yeah, I don't like it too much. Because it's really a bad stop deck. And it's another potentially dead card in your opening hand. Yeah, I think Ground Seal is actually not so good because they can still flashback Cable Therapy, so it only stops Deathrite. Maybe there is something else I want to be doing here. Maybe a singleton Leyline. Oh, too late, whatever. I'd like to play first, yes. I guess I can keep this. It doesn't do anything against their main game plan, but... So I start with fetching a Savannah, because I want to be as close as possible to hardcasting Humility. And then like afterwards I can be getting some black mana, for example. Like if I fetch a Bayou here and put this one on white, yeah, then I can cast everything. No, actually I can't cast my blue cards yet. And I think I have one. Yeah, black is definitely more important in this matchup. Like, I don't think they can kill me this turn, so I can save the elephant grass. I can save the elephant grass here, so I wanna have. See, this makes me add any color I want, so yeah, I can go for more green. Because green is the color the deck needs most. I mean, potentially could have a really crazy glimpse turn, but I think I don't want to play around it with the elephant grass. Like, I need to develop my own board state here first. Oh yeah, he could untap this dude, play another elf, then he has 3 mana. Yeah, now he can make 3 mana here, either with Windswept Heath or by playing another 1 mana elf. So yeah, there was definitely something to be said for playing Garruk or Elephant Grass. See, if he's got a Nettle Sentinel, yeah, I'm in trouble. This looks like a Green Sun Zenith. For Nettle Sentinel, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, Garruk could have stopped this. I think you should have exiled the land with the Death Rite, then play Nettle Sentinel of this, then tap these for 3 mana, and he would be in the same position, except he would have like 2 more mana right now. But this also works. And he would still have 2 mana float, then he would be in the same position but have 2 mana floating. Okay, here, if he does not kill me, I definitely want both Elfin Grass and Garruk, right? Or do I want Humility? My Humility shuts off. Actually, I can't even cast Humility. Let's start with Abundant Growth on here, because I can't cast Humility yet anyway, because I don't have double white. Yeah, bouncing stuff here does nothing. 1, 2, 3, I have 4 mana. So I can play Elephant Grass and Garruk and hope I don't just get like a hard cast Crater Hoof Behemoth or something. Tap 4 white, play Garruk. Now he would need like both hardcasts Crater Hoof and have a Reclamation Sage. So without the Zenith or Natural Order, I think those are unlikely to be his 2 cards. And then like he would also need Cradle. Yeah, he would need like exactly 3 cards out of the 4 in his hand. So next turn, pay for Elephant Grass. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana left. I guess I play Enchantress Presence with 1 mana up. I could theoretically, like, I don't know, maybe play Words of Wind and try to start bouncing my Abundant Growths. Or like, it could be reasonable to spend less mana on Elephant Grass by bouncing it with Words of Wind. Yeah, like from playing like the normal blue-green Enchantress, I think running out Enchantress Presence is what you want to do first. Yeah, maybe in this version, like Words of Wind is an important card. Yeah, the Pendelhaven means I can't block the 1/1s with Galactique. Like I can only block Deathrite. Actually, no, he needs to pay for attacking. Yeah. Yeah, I can still keep the Pendelhaven open. That's smart. Okay, I don't mind him doing nothing just to give me 4 damage, like spending all his mana and his whole turn to deal 4 damage. That's fine. Always yield. Pay, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. What color is this? Green. Yeah, I think I still like the Enchantress presence here. And it did nothing. I guess I can attack because Pendelhaven will mean... Oh, actually he can untap something, right? No, he can only untap one creature. He could have untapped the Nettle Sentinel and block... Yeah, I should have been more careful there. Like, it was definitely dangerous. Like, this Galactique might be saving my life for all I know. Like, depending on the contents of his hand. So yeah, don't attack into elves when they have Quirion Ranger to untap a blocker. Okay, they have black mana for Abrupt Decay. Let's so you can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I can make 6 mana and like pump a creature. So if he attacks with 3, he can only make 3, 4 mana. So that does not work. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, like you can't use Deathrite to make mana to pay for Elephant Grass, because this is not a mana ability. Like it has a target, and to activate it you need priority. And like to activate mana abilities, like the Heritage Druid or tapping a land, you don't need priority. But like you can tap these abilities during the resolution of like an ability. But you cannot tap, like once you pass priority to a daze and want to actually start paying the mana cost, you can't use Death right here because you're already resolving the daze, or like the Elephant Grass ability, and then you can't activate anything that's not a mana ability. And a lot of people don't seem to know this. Like on tournaments, I always need to call a judge, and even the judges often need to check the rulings online. Because it's not something that a lot of people seem to know. Yeah, I can tap these two with Birchlaw Rangers. Yeah. Sure. Again, my opponent is tapping. It's like wasting everything they're doing just to deal 4 damage. That's very fine with me. They're also wasting a lot of time on their clock. Yes. Ooh, Serra Sanctum seems good. Let's see if there's any reason to play this out now yet. 2, 3. Okay, I can only float one green or one black if I play Sanctum, like if I don't have Sanctum yet. I think I wanna not be greedy on my mana and just use as many white as possible. I keep my blue and black for when I really need it. Ooh, Elephant Grass seems nice. If I'm greedy, I don't play the Engineered Plague, because then I don't want them to know it's in my deck. But yeah, I think there's no reason to be greedy. Okay. Let's see. I draw one more card. And now just to guarantee I have one more spell, I'm gonna activate this and then I can return a Abundant Growth. Or I can actually return this Elephant Grass, whatever. No, I guess Abundant Growth gives me more draws. Whatever, doesn't really matter. Now I can attack. And then, yeah, Deathrite already has a bunch of lands. So I guess I can just discard some mana here. How many creatures did I kill? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not bad for a 3 mana investment. I might even play Humility. No, I think I can actually hardcast Emrakul, right? Let's see, 1 mana, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Serra Sanctum 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, with the next Serra Sanctum, regardless of whether I pay Elephant Grass or not, I should be able to hardcast Emrakul. Yeah, my opponent apologized like the last time he was attacking for taking so long. So they're aware they're playing. Oh, he's decaying the Words of Wind. That seems really loose. Like that's not what's gonna make him lose the game. I mean, it could be if I wanted it to be, it could be, but I guess they're maybe new to the deck or something. Neither of these seem amazing. Like I said, maybe back to basics doesn't do enough. Maybe I want like an Oblivion Ring effect if they have like Pithing Needle or whatever. It could be worth more of keeping in. We didn't see any discard spells. Like a random one-off leyline, I don't know. I don't think that's worth it, but Grand Seal isn't so good either. Actually, like they could even have like Surgical's postboard because we're kind of a combo deck. Yeah, I want to try the one-off leyline. You never know if it's good or not. We have Doomwake, but no acceleration, so we will be dead before we cast it. So unfortunately, I have to mulligan it away. This is no acceleration. Also two very good cards. I think this hand probably loses, but mulliganing to 5 seems lose as well. I think I keep this and hope to scry into something really good. I'll keep that one. And then like we get an extra draw of the Abundant Growth. Maybe I don't want to fetch here actually, because I need to draw another land. So a deck thinning actually makes me less likely to draw a land. Yeah, this hand is only going to work if he has a very, very slow start. Like, we're not doing anything until turn 3 at earliest. And Virtual Ranger does enable some of his faster starts. With the Nettle Sentinel, like he can basically play any one mana elf in his hand now. Because like he taps these two for 1 mana, and then this untaps with the creature he plays. Is he gonna decay this? No, he isn't, right? Visionary. Yeah, then he taps these two, he gets 1 mana. He plays 1 mana creature, this untaps, and so on. Okay. Could be worse. Now all we need is to top deck exactly a land next turn. Before he natural orders us. He does not. Okay. I guess sometimes we can be lucky. Okay, hope to draw. Actually, undo. Like this land has less options. So I wanna keep that one open as long as possible. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, I need to add green. Like this already makes all colors due to Abundant Growth. And first we play Abundant Growth here, so then we can Wild Growth the new untapped land that we find. I could see Wild Growthing myself and hoping to draw Serra Sanctum to play Humility. How good is that? But if I now like playing the forest and Wild Growthing the forest enables me to draw Elephant Grass. I think I want to go for the Candelabra. Does this give me enough mana? We get to untap 1 land. No, my lands only make 2 mana each. That's unfortunate. Okay, if we lose next turn, we are very close. So I guess he's gonna fetch Dried Arbor. No, he's decaying Candelabra. Okay. And fetching Dried Arbor. Yeah, if he has a Cradle now, Then yeah, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 8. Yeah, just like 8 mana. Ooh, again. Whenever I hear my opponent going to the attack phase, I'm very happy, because it means he's not gonna kill us that turn. Engineer Plague kills 2 of his dudes, Doomwake Giant kills 3 of his dudes, and potentially the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So that means we need to draw a 1 mana card with a Doomwake Giant. Or do we have enough mana for Engineer Plague Humility? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're one mana short. I think I like going for Doomwake Giant and trying to draw 1 mana cards. Like this kills at least the 2 Dried Arbors. So we get more value. Then next turn we can kill everything else. Did not draw. I think now even land into natural order does not kill us, right? It's like everything gets +3/+3. That's an 8/8 and a 5/5. No, it does not. So I want to start with playing Engineered Plague. Let's say our opponent has been really unlucky not to be able to combo off. Unless they're playing like a deck with less of the combo in it. Opponent is gonna drain us, sure. Then let's see, I fetch a. Does it matter? I can see fetching a tropical. Then I want to wild growth here. He cannot fetch into natural order, like fetch right arbor into natural order next turn. So I don't need to play around with that. Let's see, I can play Words of Wind and just pass the turn. Oh, I still had a land drop, okay. I might as well play Elf and Grass out here. Yeah, Doomwake Giant has been really good this league. Like, I think we never cast Emrakul. I think we won most of our games on Doomwake beats. I can afford to pay. Maybe I want to get some practice in. Maybe I want to get some practice in getting the abundant growth bounce trigger shenanigans. So let's say I enchant this guy. I activate this, right? Yeah. Return like this abundant growth. Tap this land for 3. Oh yeah, I meant to do it differently. But whatever. Okay. 2-1. That's better than this morning. Salk Chas or something. This hand does not have to turn 1 ramp. I think because Elfengrass is so good, in so many, I guess, so many decks. I still want to keep it. I'm gonna play Misty here. Like, basic island usually does mean no stifle, and this kind of hides what we want to be, like what we are trying to do. Oh, Merfolk. Yeah, Elfin Grass will really be good unless they play Chalice here. They do play Chalice. That's annoying. I think because they play Wasteland, I want to start by fetching, let's see, 2 basics. Like, I have 2 basics in play. It also means, because our Abundant Growth and Sprawls are turned off, it also means that we might get color screwed in the later game. Like, because we need like a black next turn or something, or like in 2 turns. Yeah. Because not getting wasted means we can play next turn Argothian Cruadays, for example. And still I get a draw trigger of this. I have double Elephant Grass, so I'm gonna play that one first. In case I ever draw an Oblivion Ring, at least like I still have more choice of what I want to play into. Like I really like the Words of Wind here, just to bounce this board, but maybe I want Enchantress Presence first, just to try to dig a little bit deeper to another land. Did not work. Then at least I can always like replace one of the cards, one of the draws with a bounce spell and one of the draws with an actual draw, for example. Because we also need to make sure we don't actually die, because this is 7 damage a turn and then it's 9. So yeah, if he has another lord, we are actually dead. Something to consider. And he has enough lands to bounce, so I don't think Words of Wind is gonna do enough, but yeah, we have double Utopia Sprawl, so I'm gonna waste that one. And yeah, I'm gonna get 9 damage, so I can't fetch anymore, so I can safely discard the fetch land. And any lord, yeah, we died to this. Did not see this coming. I think I would still have lost if I played the Abundant Growth before, but I'm not sure. Like we want all of these to get against their Chalice, or like it even stops their Ether File or something. I may want Engineered Plague. Usually their creatures are kind of big. Yeah, back to basics. These kind of decks tend to play back to basics themselves, so that's not good enough. Maybe one less Oblivion Ring. Yeah, like I don't really want to Oblivion Ring their lords, just like a Pithing Needle or a Chalice. And yeah, because they play Chalice, like running a Candelabra, like it doesn't even get me a draw trigger of Argothian. So I think this is not so great against the Chalice deck. If we had been on the play there, it would have been a lot better. Actually, they would still have had the Chalice before we started playing the other cards, so no, it wouldn't have mattered. Yes, would like to play first. This seems good. I'm gonna put this on white, but on like a basic forest, and then like fetch the savannah and play this out. Actually, it does nothing by itself. This like all it has is mana and disruption. Maybe I do need to mulligan this because it doesn't have any. Okay, this is weak to a wasteland. I think I want to mulligan once more because if we don't draw a second land or we get wasted, this hand loses, and we are very far off from casting these spells. Okay, should have kept the first one. Yeah, this deck is really bad at mulliganing. I, I basically have, this is like my 6-card hand, but worse. And like my 7-card hand was probably still the, oh, my opponent mulliganed to, no, it's me. He mulliganed to 6, okay. Please don't wasteland me. Okay, get to play around days, that's good. And next turn we can start drawing some cards if this does not get forced. Sure, I can obliterate this. Yeah, that's very old school. I didn't know people still play that. Hope to draw exactly a green mana source. Hmm. Yeah, next turn hope to draw a white mana source. Hmm. Oh, don't click me, no. Crap. Yeah, makes sense. Ooh, actually this means I can get my Rex Sage and Wild Growth, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. No, actually I need to Zenith for 4. It gives me a creature to block Mutavault as well. I think that's what I want to be doing here. Plays into Daze, but yes, I want to use it. That looks like a Lord, 2 blue mana. Yeah, then this is not going to be a great blocker anymore. I think I could see, actually it has Island Walk, yeah. Never mind, then. Elfin Cross is good. So I want to start by wild growthing my Serra Sanctum. It's a risky land to enchant, but now he has like 2 wasteland targets. Like we were already weak to wasteland here. Now we're short a mana to play both Words of Wind and Enchantress Presence. white. This says I guess I play Enchantress Presence and Elephant Grass. Looks like bouncing, he has so many lands that bouncing does not seem great yet. Let's see, he has like 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on board. If he has a lord, he has like 8, 9, 10. Burst of Wind is of course more mana efficient, but I think I want Elephant Grass anyway. Okay, Doomwake Giant next turn. Do we have black mana? Crap, we don't have black mana. Oh, we can actually bounce the Utopia Sprawl, maybe, and try to put it on black. It doesn't seem like the worst. Or bounce the Tropical and make sure our land, like, make their creatures blockable again. Yeah, whatever. I'll figure it out next turn. Sure. He's going to be able to attack with these two creatures because they're unblockable. And then next turn I die. I really can see some merit to bouncing my own Tropical. Let's see, yes I pay. Zenith, no. Let's see, this and... See, do I need a lot of... Yeah, if I ever want to put the Utopia... Actually, I also need to bounce the Utopia Sprawl first to make black mana. This is gonna be kind of tricky here. I think I'm gonna be needing green mana more, so I want to be using the white mana as much as possible here. So I need to play Enchantress Presence and bounce my Utopia Sprawl and my Tropical. My 2 draw triggers, but I won't have mana to replay anything, right? Did not play a land yet. So that makes them blockable. So yeah, I definitely want to be bouncing the Utopia Sprawl first. By playing Enchantress Presence. And then I can bounce the... I'll play the Utopia Sprawl. And I have 1 more mana to bounce the Tropical, depending on what he bounces here. Probably on land. So I play a land, or I could actually just use this trigger. Does it make a difference? So activate this here, and then I think it boils down to the same. I return the Tropical. Then I have like a Utopia Sprawl on black. I need to keep these 2 as a blocker. Yeah, like this blocks this blocks the Mutavault. And then like the Doomwake Giant kills this, is able to block 1 of them, so I still need like a second blocker. I need Argothian and Doomwake Giant. Actually he can't attack with all 3, because he needs to pay 2 mana. Yeah, here the Abundant Growth Words of Wind combo is gonna be great if I survive. I think I still need to pay for Elephant Grass, right? I think it's safer to pay for Elephant Grass, but then do I have enough mana? Yeah, Serra Sanctum makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I can play Doomwake Giant and then Abundant Growth for a bunch of triggers. I think that should work. Maybe I play Abundant Growth before I play Doomwake, because then I can tap Serra Sanctum for 1 more mana. And hope not to run into a counter spell, of course. It's playing a Chalice. Oh, Chalice is gonna ruin the Abundant Growth combo. Definitely want to be paying here. I'm not sure if fetching matters, but... So I need to kill the Vendilion Clique. That means this cannot get forced. How much mana do I have here? 9 mana, so 10 with Forest. Is there anything I can play first to draw out the Force of Will if he has one? Or I can just bounce some stuff here. Is there anything to bounce? I can actually bounce. I can actually kill the Chalice with the Rex Sage, right? Yeah, I don't know if I want to do it, but I think I'm gonna try. So I play Doomwake Giant. I pay for Words of Wind. I don't even know if I will have enough mana for all this. Return the Rex Sage. We bounced the Clique. Oh yeah, of course, to save it. That makes sense. Do I want to pay more? No, I think I want to keep my mana for now. So I want to play the Rex Sage, protected from Daze. Kill the Chalice. Yes. And Abundant Growth doesn't do anything here, right? Like I can't pay mana to bounce stuff anymore. Just need something to resolve to kill the Master. So playing Wild Growth first gives me more mana next turn. Attacking, no thanks. I think like I have... Oh yeah, I don't want to give stuff Island Walk, so I can discard it. I don't think I need any of these lands. If I want to have lands, I want to draw like more Serra Sanctum. Yeah, and I think here I want to start Abundant Growth, bouncing his whole board. Because I will have a lot of mana. And he can actually click end of turn and then kill me, right? So I need to bounce all his mana. Let's say pay 3. Do I want to pay 3? I think I do. And then, yeah, he end of turn clicks me, so I need to play around that. Meaning I really need to start chaining bounce effects. So he's forced to float all his mana. So let's see, bounce a wild growth, I guess. I could bounce the elephant grass and replay it, but then I think I want to keep the elephant grass as long as possible. If he clicks me here, it's really stupid. He should click me end of turn, right? Oh yeah, of course he can bounce a click with the trigger again. Maybe that's actually smart, yeah. Should probably take the Abundant Growth. It's the most OP card. He took... Did he take Greens and Zenith? That does not do anything. See, I return Wild Growth, I guess. He returns the click. Here I want to let a few draws resolve, because I want to tap this as soon as it makes 2 green mana. Like I want to maximize on green mana this turn. And then I can use all the white mana to pay for Words of Wind. Okay, so let's see, play Abundant Growth on the forest. Activate this with like a few times. I hope I have enough draw triggers this turn. Return this Wild Growth. Return, I guess Utopia Sprawl. And return this Oh yeah, he's floating the mana, that's smart. Okay, so we return the Abundant Growth again. Let's see, play Abundant Growth on the forest again. Actually, yeah, I should have activated this a few times. Actually, I should have played Wild Growth here, because I want to have more green mana to get more stuff done. Yeah, that's kind of a big mistake. I mean, not really a big mistake, but annoying again. So let's see, I want to bounce my Elephant Grass. I want to bounce. I don't know, does it really matter? I can bounce a Enchantress Presence. Like I think I have enough draw triggers here. Return my Enchantress Presence. Actually, no, that's stupid. I should have bounced the Argothian. Return, I don't know, my Argothian or something. Do I still have replacement effects here? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, the Abundant Growth, sure. So I go to the next Step M, my opponent needs to click me, and I can kill the click. Or I can kill the click. I think I should try to kill it. I took elephant grass, so we play out a land. Then I'm gonna let the first trigger resolve, because I need this to resolve. I need abundant growth resolve, and I need to respond. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, I need to draw this card, because otherwise he would be able to... Otherwise he would be able to bounce his click again. And the opponent is sick and tired of our combo, which is good. See, maybe Oblivion Ring was kind of good against like Arcane Laboratory and other stuff. I don't want any of these. And what else was kind of would be kind of mediocre? I really liked all the cards here. Maybe Abundant Growth is a bit slow, like I can afford to play only 3 of them. I mean, I will find it when it's necessary. Because I really want to ramp into 3 mana and not like be stuck on 2 mana. Due to it not adding more mana. And also, like, if they're on the play, the Chalice could be really rough, so I want to have them... Ooh. This is weak to Chalice. Let's see, I untap 2 mana, I have 2 mana. If I draw a land, this hand is great. If I do not draw a land, again, it's garbage. I mean not garbage, but it's slow. I think I want to try and keep it. Like we saw how bad mulliganing can go with this deck. So I get a basic, put Wild Growth, the next turn Candelabra, untap it, play like Utopia Sprawl on it, or something. Unless of course if they have Chalice. It's kind of weak to Chalice and Daze, yeah, that's something to consider. Engineered Plague is good. I think that makes me want to sprawl on black first in case they chalices and we never get a chance to get a black mana. And Candelabra means if we don't want black mana, we can always use the black mana to untap something. Please no chalice. Okay, that's good. So play Candelabra with black. In case they counter it, we can still have the green for Wild Growth. Untap this land. Choose 1 land, okay. I could either Wild Growth this for a bigger next turn, or I could play Argothian. I think because of Chalice and stuff, yeah, I think playing Wild Growth here, making sure we have 3 mana, my safest bet. And it will also make Candelabra better next turn, like I have 3 mana then I have 5, and then I can play Argothian plus something else. I can play Argothian plus Engineered Plague, for example. Hey, it does have the Chalice, it seems. So we were it's very good to play out our 1 mana spells. Island Walk, sure, whatever. And now we can't kill the Curse Catcher with Engineered Plague anymore. At least we'll be able to slow them down a bit. Emrakul, not the greatest. Choose 1 land, okay. Pay 1. Use it this way. Play Argothian. I could see playing Enchantress Presence first, but this does prevent a lot of damage, and this does advance our own board a lot better. Like this does take away like 3 damage next turn, 3 damage. Like now he's attacking for 7, so he attacks. If he has another Lord, we're dead in 2 turns. And by playing this, he attacks for 4 only. Yeah, I think I need to stay alive here. He only has 2 more cards in hand. Ooh, Serra Sanctum, not bad. I want to name Merfolk. See, this is just a Merfolk, this is a Wizard as well. Yeah. If I play Serra Sanctum here, he might wasteland it, so I think I keep it in my hand. Like this will really make our next turn very explosive. So that's don't want to lose the option of doing that. Like it's one of the best cards in our deck. I probably say the thing about the best cards in my deck about every card in this deck, like Abundant Growth and stuff. Ooh, another Lord. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Yeah, and then 7 damage. Yeah, next turn we are dead. We really need to kill the Chalice and be able to play Elfin Grass. So I play, let's see, Enchantress Presence. That's not what I want to draw. And I untap my 2 lands. This is 2, yeah. Both of them. So I have, what's my mana availability? That's, if I actually played the Serra Sanctum last turn, would have had another other one this turn, and I could maybe have hardcast Miracle. That would have been sweet. Maybe I should have gone for it and not play too safely. I don't want to tap out of black here. I think I want my green as well, so I think I'm tapping the Serra Sanctum and just use as much white as possible. Ooh, Oblivion Ring. Oblivion Ring into Elephant Grass would buy us a lot of time. Oblivion Ring on Chalice. Elephant Grass. Another Candelabra would be nice as well, but that's not. We don't get everything we want. So he can pay for 1 attacking creature, so we get 2 damage. Unless, of course, if he has Echoing Truth. That's it's a card that Merfolk has been known to play. So which color they have here? Black. I have enough white mana. I don't want to shuffle my library. I may want to fetch Rex Sage. I think I have enough draw effects, but I do want to keep open the option of having blue mana next turn. So that means, I guess I do discard a fetch here. So if he does not have Echoing Truth, we win the game by hardcast Emrakul, right? If he does have Echoing Truth, he can only attack for 6 because he can't activate Mutavault. Unless if he has like Lords and Echoing Truth, then we take 9 damage. Yeah, actually I can block one of them if it's necessary. I think I don't pay for Elfin Grass here, because I really want, like I don't want to spend 3 mana playing the Elfin Grass when I have another one in hand, and I'm probably just likely to hardcast Emrakul. Okay, so do not pay. Let's see, do I want Utopia Sprawl first? It does make my Candelabra and Serra Sanctum better. Yes, I do. What do I need to watch out for? Flusterstorm? No. Mindbreak Trap? Possibly. Just trying to imagine what my opponent could possibly have. So if I'm able to hardcast Emrakul without playing one more spell to run into Mindbreak Trap, I think that's to be preferred. So let's see, I have 2 mana, this adds 7. Candelabra and another Serra Sanctum should be able to give me Emrakul mana. No, okay, our 1 land opener seems to have gotten there in the end. That's good. Let's see, like this, I guess. Don't want to do anything else. I guess I can play Words of Wind to bounce my own Emrakul. Must discard land, or have silence, I guess. There's nothing. I have no draw triggers to bounce it post combat, so that's okay. At least we got our first Emrakul kill in this league. That's a good start. Probably wondering if they should concede, the opponent. And they should. Oh, we're 3-1. That's a lot better than 0-5. Like last round. We only lost to, what was it again? Oh yeah, the Wizards tribal deck. Yeah, we really got screwed in the last game. It's really starting to itch to buy me some candelabras, but they're really still expensive, and they're probably not gonna get cheaper. Let's see, candelabra of Taunus. Like, maybe buying 2 would be affordable. Like, buying the cheapest 2 is like 600 euros. A lot of money. Like, I really shouldn't be spending that on candelabras, but like buying 3, 900, 950 euros, that's becoming kind of crazy. That's also one of the reasons I'm curious to find out if this would work with just 2. Like, it's really an important card, like we saw last game. Like, if we did not have the candelabra, we might not have won. I'm not sure. Like, we would not. Maybe we could have hardcast Emrakul of the Serra Sanctum, but like the double Sanctum due to legendary rule. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I had 9 mana, I would add 7 more. Yeah, I would be at 16 mana. Okay, it could have worked. But still, like, I think Candelabra helped us a lot the previous turn as well by chaining a Argothian into a Engineered Plague. Actually, I think I did cut 1 Candelabra because of Chalice and stuff here. Actually, we won this game with only 2 Candelabras in the deck. Jace TMS ST. We'll start the game. Yeah, if we make 4-1 here, this deck has redeemed itself. Like 3-2 is still good, but 4-1 means that it's indeed as strong as it originally looked to be. On the draw, I think we can keep this because of the same reasons as the previous game. Like, at least we got something to do. And yeah, like, we shouldn't rely on always being able to win, with a one-lander, but we saw what kind of horrible things happen when you mulligan too much here. I think Candelabra could make this hand okay. Like we get a free Candelabra next turn, and then depending on our opponent's behavior, we can play around days by first playing Utopia Sprawl, or if we like draw a land to play around days, we can run out our Gothian first. Okay. Opponent chooses to attack, so that means he's kind of pretending to have something else going on here. So let's see, I untap this land. And next turn we're gonna have a lot of free mana. See, I play another Candelabra. And because we are not under a lot of pressure, I think it's safer to play the Utopia Sprawl here. Like it's gonna make our... Like we'll have next turn we have 3 mana, 5 mana, and 7. Next turn we'll have 7 mana this way. That's kind of okay for a one-lander, I think. So we can Argothian into Doomwake, or just like Zenith, Argothian. But if we can't kill the Deathrite yet, maybe I don't want to run the Doomwake into a daze. Ooh, him to Turek, that's a rough one. Let's see, we do only have a black source, so we don't have... Let's see, fix this one, yes. Let's see, okay. Play with a black. So we have 7 mana. I start with the Argothian, see what happens. Probably I want to start getting my draw triggers if this resolves, right? No. Okay, this means I can probably wait with my Doomwake, because actually, if he has another hymn, this sucks. If he has a daze, I think I'm running this into a daze here. Yeah, because if he didn't have it, there's not much going on. Like there are very few ways he can get rid of this, I think. I mean, they do run Liliana sometimes. Okay, that sucks. But we would have had to discard it anyway. Like Liliana will be at 4, and we would still be out of. We would still be out of cards in hand here. But yeah, it's our opponent's 3 cards against our 0 cards, so I think we're in a disadvantaged spot here. Tarmogoyf means I want Rest in Peace. Liliana and him mean I want Leyline of Sanctity. I think that's all I want to board here. Maybe some more Oblivion Rings. I think I'm fine getting hymned here, so I'll just let him have this. Let him have this card if he wants to spend his mana and a turn on making me discard. Yeah, Candelabra is great for explosiveness, but later in the game it may do not so much. Ooh, okay. It's the first time I see a deck playing so many Lilianas in the current metagame. It's not a very popular card anymore, and I don't think we can actually draw anything here. I'm still gonna play it out, like you never know if there is like a secret top deck. Yeah, but I think my deck has nothing to prevent him from attacking next turn as well. Like, okay, I believe in Ring on the Tarmogoyf could work. If he doesn't even have Abrupt Decay. But I would still be dead in like one extra turn only. Okay, we dead. See, I do want Leyline, and I do want Rip, which is better against Goyfs. He does Blade Decay, so I think in the Eye of Chaos is not so great here. I may want to believe in Ring against like even Liliana +1 is annoying, or he may have Leo Volt or something. I think because of Decay and him, I want to cut the Candelabra. Maybe I don't really need this Oblivion Ring second one. Elephant Grass is okay because he's a Delver deck, but I've never liked it as much against Bug Delver. Back to Basics could be awesome. Words of Wind probably not as good against a Decay deck. That like I think two of them are probably fine. I mean, may also be able to cut a Abundant Growth, and Back to Basics is very strong here. I think I'm not going big on Candelabras here. I prefer protecting myself with a Leyline over speed. First, yes. Yeah, we have a Zenith, so I can keep this. Here we have Ramp into a Zenith. It's bad against Daze, but I think because they play him to Turak, and we don't have Leyline, I don't want to be sitting around with this in my hand for too long. I think I'm just gonna jam it. Or alternatively, I might next turn Words of Wind and then start trying to Abundant Growth away their board. I guess I can let it depend on whatever they do. Like if they just ponder and don't commit anything to the board, I think trying to keep the board empty with Words of Wind is really strong. But I think if they have Deathrite, they will already have a lot of yeah, good stuff in play. Let's see, what does this mean? I think I'm starting with Zenith. The Zenith makes me weaker against Liliana, but Enchantress presence makes me weaker against Decay. He seemed to be bigger. I think I'm playing presence here. Like, I haven't seen any decays yet. Okay. Maybe I should have played the one first that I actually wanted to get countered. That's yeah, it could have been a mistake. If he had Liliana, he would have played it here. So I think I'm fine to Zenith. And he's also not applying any real pressure yet. So even if he gets like an edict effect on my Gothian, I think that's fine. Maybe chase the Mind Sculptor, I'm not sure. What costs? Oh, Leovold could be no, it's a 4 mana cards. Probably chase. I think Jace doesn't beat Words of Wind, Abundant Growth. As long as we draw enough lands. Looks to be timing out. Okay. Okay, Jace after a few minutes. Yeah, Brainstorm is fine. That's I think Sarah Sanctum would be nice here. For example. Leyline, a little bit awkward. I could see drawing a Sarah Sanctum here of the Argothian. Rest in peace. This kind of alluring to cast here. I was trying, like I was playing the Abundant first to have as many chances of drawing a third land. Ooh, wow, this is great. Let's see, playing Elephant Grass does not lose us any mana because of Sanctum. This makes us, let's see, only 2. So, okay, maybe it's not as great as I thought. Or I can play Rest in Peace, then this makes us 3, and we still can't play Leyline. Elephant Grass. And then like either Words of Wind or Rest in Peace. I think Rest in Peace is maybe stronger. But if we draw, this allows us to draw Wild Growth, and then we can Wild Growth the Serra Sanctum, and then I think we have enough mana to hardcast Leyline. Yeah, then Leyline makes 4. Then this makes like 5 mana. Like 4 enchantments plus the Wild Growth on it. Actually, we can already hardcast Leyline. Yeah, I think in that case I do want Leyline here. Yeah, I miscounted because I had like the one untapped land 3 mana, 4 mana Leyline. Just like he might be trying to dig into a hymn or something. And him to Thorak taking like randomly Words of Wind or any card we really want could be a big problem. And he can't Fate Seal us, he can't Jace Ultimate us, he can't make us sacrifice anything. Basically he can just like drain us as long as we don't have Rip, which we will have next turn. Do I want to pay? Really? Yeah, I mean it's mana neutral with Serra's Sanctum. So I guess I can pay for it at least this turn. See what happens. Another Leyline, don't need it. I could fetch for black for Doomwake, or I could fetch for blue for Words of Wind. I think I want to Words of Wind Abundant Growth from here. Yeah, I could actually have Hardcast Force of Will, I guess. I don't know why he would be floating black mana here. Ooh, Abrupt Decay. Okay. It does make sense, I guess. Abrupt Decay the Words of Wind. Meaning I probably want to activate it once here. Did I board one out? Yeah, I boarded one out, so I only have one left. That's fine. I'm still in control of the... Return a abundant growth. I don't understand why they didn't cast it with their mana, because then they could like fetch and still drain me for 2 with the Death Rites, which they can't now. And then we put the Utopia Sprawl on black. Does he have like a click end of turn? No, we have Leyline. Yeah, Enchantress is one of the few decks that can win, that can just outdraw an active Chase. That's one of the fun things. Like as long as I don't have an empty board, usually, like I don't really care about this dude. Actually, yeah, I think I'm still gonna pay here. And as soon as my Doomwake has resolved, I can sleep safely. Actually, I need my Doomwake to resolve and like a second enchantment. That should be no problem. He's never gonna counter both abundant growths. So if Doomwake resolves, so do these two. Ooh, okay. Force Pitch Delver. Then I want to start drawing a few more cards and start to get to my either my second Doomwake or my Emrakul. Or like my second Words of Wind. Maybe I could have played it more safely and play out the presence first. This looks like something he might want to have countered first. He could still Spell Pierce it, probably. Whoa, double force. I guess that's the danger. Like at least Jace gets him into all the counter spells. That's something he does. So yeah, something like Toxic Deluge or Marsh Casualties would suck here. And actually, Marsh Casualties is target opponent, right? I need to look that up. Marsh Casualties. Marsh Casualties is target player. Okay. So he needs something like Toxic Deluge. No, I'm definitely gonna keep paying. Like it will keep his mana occupied. Leovold. Ooh, that's nasty. Another reason to pay 3. Let's see, how much mana does this make? 6. So if I ever draw Emrakul, I can hardcast it. So for now, I'm just gonna wait until I find an answer for Leovold. Let's see, so I did not board in the extra Oblivion Ring. Like if I end up winning this game after all, I think I want the third Oblivion Ring effect. Maybe it's better than like the fourth Elfen Grass, but I already got an Elfen Grass. I think I still want 3 of these. Stop like the early Tarmogoyfs. So 33 cards. We need like very few specific ones. I might hardcast this Leyline in case he has like Golgari Charm to kill our Leyline. I think that seems reasonable, because this Leyline protects us against most, like maybe as like a click, or like if we draw the Emrakul at the moment that we are tapped out or something. I know, I could see some situations where I really where I would lose to my Leyline getting destroyed. See, 4 mana, sure. Okay, so I do cost myself some more Leylines. Might even cost both of them, because they do make my Serra Sanctums better as well. And I have nothing better to do here. Not like these are going to matter in the... I don't think I will need these draw triggers, even in case I draw a even in case I draw like Doomwake Giant. Actually, back to basics would be nice here too, because then he would be shut off from attacking me altogether in like 1 or 2 turns, and I can pay Elfin Grass forever with this amount of mana. It would give me a lot of time to find a solution. I did not board out any back to basics. So I want to find either 2 back to basics, 1 Words of Wind, 1 Emrakul, 1 Doomwake Giant, so that's 5 cards, and like maybe 1 Oblivion Ring effect, right? It was like last game we got counter, so that's 7 cards, like with the 2 Oblivion Rings. I mean, like 1 Oblivion Ring, 1 Banishing Light. Okay, now our opponent has kind of a nice clock. I'm not blocking yet, because I have 1 more turn to find a solution. Do I? No, now he attacks for 5. Yeah, now I need to start blocking. And this is like a little bit too late. Let's see. Can I still cast Emrakul if I draw it? Yes. Okay. So there's no need to play these out. Like, this makes my potential Doomwake Giant stronger. So I need to block the Leovold, then he attacks for 5. And I need, yeah. How many Force of Wills has he used? 1, 2, 3. He has used 3 Force of Wills. And he has like 30, he has like 4 cards in hand. Like, there is a chance. What is my UG Enchantress doing there? Okay. Ooh, actually, yeah. Whatever. I'm dead. Okay, it was a nice league, but sadly we did not make a 4-on-1. Like, Leovold, like, even if you have some answers in your deck, then if you don't draw them, you basically lose. Let's see, next card would be, let's see, draw a card. No, nope, 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 nope. Okay, we were very far from. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have boarded in the XR Oblivion Ring, but I thought like Tarmogoyf Delver deck did not look like a Leovold deck to me. Probably it's like more like a sideboard card. So yeah, that's not ideal, but we cashed the league and the deck has potential. So I will stream some more of it the rest of the week. Good night.